The throne room was silent. Supreme Leader Snoke lay dead, cut in half by his own lightsaber. The Praetorian guards were defeated, their crimson armor scattered across the black floor. Rey and Kylo Ren stood back to back, breathing hard, united in battle. For a moment, anything seemed possible. Kylo turned to Rey, his face conflicted. It's time to let old things die. Snoke, the Sith, the Jedi, the rebels. Let all burn. We can rule together. Bring a new order to the galaxy. Rey stared at him, hope flickering in her eyes. She wanted to believe him, wanted to think Ben Solo could be saved. But then she saw the truth. His hand twitched toward his lightsaber. His eyes, cold, calculating, betrayed his words. He wasn't offering partnership. He was eliminating threats. And she was the biggest threat of all. You're still holding on, Kylo said quietly. To the Resistance. To the Jedi. To hope. Rey's hand moved toward her weapon. Ben, please. Ben Solo is dead. He struck. His crimson blade ignited and plunged through her chest before she could react. Rey gasped, eyes wide with shock and betrayal. The lightsaber hissed as it burned through her. I'm sorry, Kylo whispered. But you would never stop fighting me. Rey fell. Her body crumpled to the floor, lifeless. The Force itself seemed to scream. Across the galaxy, sensitive beings felt the disturbance. A light extinguished, a balance shattered. Kylo stood over her, trembling. He'd done it. Killed the last person who could challenge him. The last person who saw Ben Solo instead of Kylo Ren. He was free. The doors burst open. First Order officers rushed in, weapons raised. They saw Snoke's body, the dead guards, and Kylo Ren standing victorious. General Hux stepped forward, eyes wide. What happened here? Kylo turned, his voice cold and commanding. Snoke is dead, killed by his own arrogance. The Supreme Leader failed us. He ignited his lightsaber. But I will not. Hux hesitated. Then, slowly he knelt. One by one, the officers followed. Long live the Supreme Leader, Hux said. Kylo looked down at Rey's body one last time, and felt nothing. The galaxy would burn, and he would rule its ashes. The Force was screaming. On distant worlds, Force-sensitive children woke from nightmares, crying about shadows that wouldn't leave. Jedi artifacts cracked and shattered in forgotten temples. Even those who couldn't touch the Force felt it, a weight in the air, a darkness that pressed against the soul. Rey's death had broken something fundamental. The Force sought balance. Light and dark, two sides of the same coin. When Anakin fell, Luke rose. When the Sith returned, the Jedi answered. But now, with Rey gone and Kylo Ren ascending, there was no counterweight. Only darkness. Kylo felt it immediately. Power flooded through him. The dark side, no longer restrained by Rey's presence, poured into him like a dam breaking. His Force abilities multiplied. He could send ships across star systems, crush mines from orbit. His rage became a weapon that obliterated entire squads with a thought. The First Order ships felt it too. Crews reported strange phenomena. Shadows moving in empty corridors. Whispers in the void. The dark side was no longer content to hide. It was awake, and it was hungry. Kylo stood on the bridge of his flagship, the Supremacy, staring out at the stars. General Hux approached cautiously. Supreme Leader, our forces report unusual activity. Force-sensitive individuals across the galaxy are changing. Some pledge loyalty to us. Others have gone insane. Good, Kylo said. Let them come. The weak will fall. The strong will serve. And the Resistance? Kylo's fist clenched. The Resistance is a dying ember. Without Rey, they have no hope. No hero to rally behind. We will crush them. Slowly. Methodically. I want them to feel their defeat. Hux nodded and left. Alone, Kylo reached out through the Force. He felt the galaxy's terror, its despair, and deep within that darkness, he felt something else. Regret. No. He crushed the emotion. Weakness. Rey was the enemy. She had to die. He made the right choice. But the void she left behind was growing. And in that void, something ancient stirred. Something that recognized Kylo's power. Something that wanted to use it. Far across the galaxy, on the hidden world of Exegol, Emperor Palpatine opened his yellow eyes and smiled. The resistance was dying. After the Battle of Crate, only a handful of ships remained. 300 fighters, a 200 transports, one command frigate. That was all that stood between the First Order and total galactic domination. And now, Kylo Ren was coming for them. General Leia Organa stood on the bridge of the Radis, staring at the tactical display. 30 First Order Star destroyers encircled their position. No escape-routes. No reinforcements. General, Admiral Akbar said quietly, "We should evacuate." "There's still time, no?" Leia's voice was steel. "If we run now, we'll never stop running. This is our stand." Poe Dameron stepped forward. "General, with all respect, we can't win this fight. Not against Kylo. Not after Rey." The name hung in the air like a ghost. Leia closed her eyes. She'd felt it. The moment Rey died. The Force had shattered like glass, and Leia felt every shard. She'd lost her student, her hope, and now, her son was coming to finish what he started. "We fight," Leia said. "For Rey, for the galaxy, for everyone the First Order has taken from us." The fleet moved into position, and then Kylo's ship arrived. The Supremacy tore out of hyperspace, flanked by a war fleet. Kylo stood on the bridge, mask on, radiating cold fury. "Open a channel," he commanded. Leia's face appeared on the view screen. "Ben," she said softly. "That name means nothing." Kylo's voice was distorted, mechanical. "You have one chance, General. Surrender. Disband the resistance. And I will let you live." "You know I can't do that. Then you'll die with them." Leia felt tears threaten, but she didn't let them fall. "I failed you, Ben. I failed to save you. But I won't fail the galaxy." "You already have." The transmission cut. Kylo raised his hand. "Destroy them. All of them." Turbo lasers lit up the void. The resistance fleet scattered, firing back desperately. But they were outgunned, outmatched. Leia reached out through the Force one last time. "I love you, Ben. I always will." But her son didn't hear her. Or if he did, he didn't care. The Radis exploded in a brilliant flash, and Leia Organa became one with the Force. Kylo Ren ruled the galaxy. The First Order's banner flew over every core world. The Senate was dissolved. Resistance cells were hunted to extinction. Entire systems bowed before the Supreme Leader's might. He should have felt triumph. Instead, he felt nothing. Kylo stood alone in his quarters aboard the Supremacy, staring at his reflection. The mask was off. The face beneath was gaunt. Hollow. Dark circles shadowed his eyes. He hadn't slept in weeks. Every time he closed his eyes, he saw her. Rey, falling, dying. Her eyes wide with betrayal. "You would never stop fighting me," he whispered to the empty room. "I had no choice." But the Force whispered back. "Liar." Kylo smashed his fist into the mirror. Glass shattered. Blood dripped from his knuckles. He reached out through the Force, searching for something, anything, to fill the void inside him. But there was nothing. Just darkness. Endless, consuming darkness. The bond was gone. The connection he'd shared with Rey, that strange, impossible link, had been severed the moment he killed her. And without it, he felt incomplete. General Hux entered cautiously. "Supreme Leader, the Council awaits your leave." "But sir, get out." Kylo threw Hux against the wall with the Force. The general scrambled to his feet and fled. Alone again, Kylo sank to his knees. "Why won't you leave me alone?" he whispered. He didn't know if he was talking to Rey or to Ben Solo. Days passed. Kylo grew more erratic. He executed officers for minor failures. He sensed conspiracies everywhere. The Knights of Run, his most loyal servants, began to fear him. "He's losing control," one whispered. "He's lost himself," another replied. But no one dared challenge the Supreme Leader, because beneath the madness, Kylo's power was growing. Exponentially. The dark side fed on his pain, his rage, his guilt. It made him stronger and more dangerous. Far across the galaxy, on Exegol, Palpatine watched through the Force. "Yes," the Emperor rasped. "Let the hate flow through you, young Skywalker. Soon, you will be ready." "Ready for what?" A cultist asked. Palpatine smiled. To be replaced. And deep in the unknown regions, a new Force-sensitive felt the darkness and began to rise. The resistance was 14 ships. That was all that remained. 14 battered transports and fighters, hiding in the outer rim, running on fumes and desperation. Finn stood on the bridge of their command ship, staring at the holographic map. Red First Order sectors covered 90% of the galaxy. The blue resistance zones? Gone. We can't keep running, he said. Poe Dameron stood beside him, arms crossed. So what do you suggest? We're outnumbered 1,000 to 1. Then we hit them where it hurts. Finn pointed to Kylo's flagship. We take out the Supreme Leader. The room went silent. Rose Tico stepped forward. Finn, that's suicide. Even if we get close, Kylo will sense us. He's more powerful than ever. I know. Finn's jaw tightened. But what else do we have? We lost Rey. We lost Leia. If we don't do something now, the First Order wins forever. Poe studied the map. He's right. We've got nothing left to lose. Except our lives, a pilot muttered. Our lives are already forfeit, Poe shot back. At least this way we go down fighting. Over the next week, they gathered allies. Smugglers who hated the First Order's stranglehold on trade. Defectors who'd seen Kylo's madness firsthand. Even a few former Imperial officers who believed Kylo had gone too far. 14 ships became 20. Then 30. It still wasn't enough. But it was something. Finn addressed the fleet. I'm not going to lie to you. Most of us won't survive this. But if we can kill Kylo Ren, if we can cut the head off the serpent, the First Order will fracture. And maybe, the galaxy gets a second chance. He paused. Rey believed in hope. So did Leia. And so do I. Let's make their sacrifice mean something. The fleet jumped to hyperspace. Ahead of them, the Supremacy waited. Kylo Ren felt their approach. He stood on the bridge, lightsaber in hand. They're coming to die, Hux said. No, Kylo Ren. They're coming to fight. Let them. He wanted this. Wanted to drown his guilt in their blood. Prepare all defenses. And bring me Finn. Alive. The final battle was about to begin. The throne room flickered with blue light. Kylo Ren spun, lightsaber ignited, as two figures materialized. Luke Skywalker, Leia Organa, translucent, glowing, dead but present. No, Kylo Ren, you're not real. We're real, Ben, Leia said softly. As real as the Force itself. Don't call me that. Kylo slashed his blade through Luke's form. It passed harmlessly through. Your tricks, illusions, the Jedi's last desperate lie. Luke stepped forward. The Jedi are gone, Ben. This isn't about them. It's about you. There is no me. Ben Solo is dead. I killed him. Just like you killed Rey. Leia's voice cracked. Just like you killed me. Kylo flinched. You chose the Resistance. You chose them over me. I chose the galaxy, Leia said. But I never stopped loving you. Not for a second. Love. Kylo laughed bitterly. Love made me weak. Rey loved me. And I killed her. You loved me. And I destroyed you. Love is a chain. Luke shook his head. No, Ben. Hate is the chain. And it's dragging you into an abyss you can't escape. I don't want to escape. Kylo's voice rose. I'm the most powerful Force user in the galaxy. I rule everything. You're alone, Leia interrupted. Surrounded by fear and death. That's not power, Ben. That's a prison. For a moment, Kylo wavered. He saw his mother's face. His uncle's. He remembered Christmases on Chandrila. Training with Luke. His father's crooked smile. He remembered Ben. It's not too late, Luke said. You can still come back. Rey would want. Rey is dead because of me. Kylo roared. And I can't. I can't undo that. So why does it matter what she'd want? Because, Leia said gently, forgiveness isn't about undoing the past. It's about choosing a different future. Kylo stared at them. Tears streamed down his face. Then he closed his eyes. I can't. I've gone too far. Ben, leave. Or I'll find a way to destroy you too. The ghosts faded. And Kylo Ren, Supreme Leader of the First Order, stood alone. Outside, the fleet was dying. Inside, so was he. Her name was Zara, 17 years old. Orphaned on Corellia when the First Order razed her city. No Jedi training. No ancient bloodline. Just a girl who survived. But she was strong in the Force. It started with dreams. Visions of a woman with a staff, Rey, falling in a throne room. Visions of an old man, Luke, standing on an island. They spoke to her, taught her, showed her how to move objects, how to sense danger, how to fight. Zara didn't understand why, but she listened. On Corellia, the First Order ruled with an iron fist. Citizens were beaten for dissent, families torn apart. But Zara refused to bow. She organized resistance cells, sabotaged supply lines, freed prisoners. And when the First Order came for her, she fought back. With the Force, the viral footage spread across the galaxy. A teenage girl, lifting stormtroopers with her mind, deflecting blaster bolts, standing alone against a squadron, and winning. Finn saw it first. Poe, you need to see this. Poe watched the holo recording. Who is she? I don't know, but she's Force sensitive, and she's fighting back. Within days, Zara became a symbol. Graffiti of her face appeared on occupied worlds. Rebels chanted her name. The First Order tried to suppress it, but the harder they pushed, the more she inspired. Kylo Ren felt her through the Force. Another one, he whispered. Another light, trying to challenge the dark. General Hux entered. Supreme Leader, intelligence reports confirm the girl is real. She's rallying insurgents across the core. Then kill her. We've tried. She's elusive and powerful. Kylo's fist clenched. I'll handle it myself. My lord, is that wise? If you leave the fleet, I said I'll handle it. Hux bowed and left. Kylo stared at his reflection. Another Force user. Another threat. He should feel nothing. Just eliminate her like he eliminated Rey. But something was different. This girl wasn't connected to him. No bond. No history. She was just there, shining in the dark. A reminder of everything he destroyed. And everything he could never get back. Come then, Kylo whispered. Let's see if you die as easily as the last one. But deep down he knew. This wasn't about her. It was about him. And whether he could kill Hope twice. The ruins of Coruscant stretched endlessly. Once the jewel of the galaxy, now a graveyard. Kylo Ren had ordered its destruction himself. A message. Even the Republic's heart could be crushed. And now, standing in the ashes, he faced Zara. She was small, young, but her lightsaber, a cobbled-together weapon with a flickering green blade, burned with defiance. You don't have to do this, Zara said. Kylo ignited his crossguard saber. You don't understand what you're fighting. I understand perfectly. Zara raised her blade. You killed Rey. You killed Leia. You killed millions. And you think power makes you right. Power makes me inevitable. They clashed. The duel was brutal. Kylo's strength and experience against Zara's raw determination. He drove her back, step by step, but she refused to fall. Every strike he landed, she answered. Every time he tried to crush her with the Force, she resisted. You're just like her, Kylo snarled. Stubborn. Blind. Believing in hope when there is none. Hope isn't blind, Zara shot back. You are. You can't even see what you've become. I know exactly what I am. Do you? Zara parried his strike and stepped closer. You're empty. You killed everyone who loved you. You rule a galaxy that hates you. And you're so scared of facing yourself that you'd rather burn everything down. Kylo roared and unleashed a wave of Force energy. Zara flew backward, crashing into rubble. He stood over her, lightsaber raised. Any last words? Zara looked up at him, not with fear, but with pity. You've already lost, Kylo. Even if you kill me, even if you kill everyone, you'll still be alone. And that's worse than death. His hand trembled. She was right. He ruled the galaxy. But he had nothing. No family. No friends. No Rey. Just an empire built on corpses and a soul too broken to feel. He could kill Zara, but another would rise. And another. Forever. Because hope doesn't die. It transforms. Kylo lowered his blade. Go, he whispered. Zara stared. What? Go. Before I change my mind. She hesitated. Then fled. Kylo stood alone in the ruins. Supreme leader of a galaxy in ashes. And he finally understood. He'd won. And lost everything.